inside until April. They get to stand outside briefly in the morning, and they might go out there, that area out at the back, they can go out and explore there. But they get dirty. That's not the most photogenic you'll ever see a cow. But it is what happens. And you know, if there's an opportunity to do something in early May, when everything will be green and they'll be out there, a ribbon on their head, probably wonderful.
What do you want, Wilma?
What
do you want?
It's the.
What can we do for you?
I want the passion of David and the people that work here to say we are trying something different, to be recorded, and this is what we hope to achieve.
So it sets you apart from the norm,
and
which is good.
And some good background shots throughout this. And then maybe, whether it's as a rolling programme or whether, as you suggested, we forge a link with students once they've left. You know, where you introduce us to some and we then say, right, if you're trying to create a career out of this, then we'll give you a wee project to work on. Some fly in the wall stuff, because this project is not going to go smoothly. You know, and it's actually going to be, they're building this themselves.
Who's they?
The farm and the farm staff. So David will be out there somewhere, and everybody that will be here today will be employees of the farm. We will occasionally have to buy in experts when it comes to building a slurry tower or something like that, and when it comes to actually putting in the milking parlour. But this project's going to cost $1 million, and it would cost about 1.8 million if we weren't doing it ourselves. And we're going to do it over 2 years. It's going to be autumn.
So presumably all this is going to move into this. So what happens to this?
David, well, we would like him to keep it as a museum piece, but I don't think I'll get away with that. He still thinks he will be using this to house cattle in the winter.
Right, okay.
But we'll see.
So how many staff have you got?
On the farm, there's 5.
And you go up to about 40 in the summer, is that right?
Oh, in the visitor centre, so there's 2 businesses. There's the farm, which is separate. Creamo Galloway, we've got 19 full-time, and we've got up to over 50.
Wow.
By Creamo Galloway, you mean the visitor centre?
And I make an ice cream. So
Right.
So Creamo Galloway was formed 18 years ago, and it's almost 50-50 in turnover. Half the turnover is making ice cream and the other half is the visitor centre. The majority of staff are the visitor centre, because that's the serving the public. It may be, and I have my moments about this, that we actually change, or maybe not change, but add to cheese. And if you follow my arguments from early on, what is a sustainable business? Ice cream is an extremely energy intensive product that requires refrigeration wherever it goes. It's a luxury product. It is, and it's perceived to be something that you can live without. A good farmhouse cheese can be shipped relatively easy. You can do mail order, etc. And it may be something I almost certainly will add to the range. Don't know when. I don't think we'll
So do you make cheese at the moment?
No, but
you used to make
this
cheese.
farm made cheese up until 72, and all the milk from the 1800 and whatever's until 1972 went into cheese. And it was only when that became uncommercial. And we just watch your feet, because this is obviously icy. Just look over here. This whole area is, Leon is about 15 years old, but this is where the cows are actually milked. So they come in 6 at a time, and they get a wee bit of feed in here, so they stick their head in here, so their tail is facing back the way the dairyman's down there, and they call them a cluster, so the 4 vacuum pumps goes on, one onto each teat of the udder, and pumps out the milk. And we will have a similar setup in the other system, except instead of 6 aside, we'll have 9 aside. But it'll still be something that one person's handling.
Right.
So obviously shots of before and after, and something that animal behaviourists are kind of working on all the time is light is as important for an animal as it is for human beings. So being somewhere like in here where it's so dingy is just not good for the animals. And even through there we've actually added skylights in there.
I was going to say it's a lot lighter than I thought it would be actually.
But it could be so much better.
So your new place presumably will be very light and airy.
Aye. And everybody laughs, but there are actually, everybody has now cow mattresses, I just couldn't believe it. So they've got something to lie on when they're lying down, and there's a whole technology thing goes on about, these are cubicles that the cows are in to keep them apart, and then there's a technology of what is the type of division that is least likely to injure the cows. So we've looked at all sorts of things about why we should change away from this kind of aluminium type division to move to a fiberglass. But it's the amount of work that actually goes into research why one thing is better.